Well, this is going to be a goodbye for now. This is going to be the last episode of the first season of Shadows and Storylines, mainly because I'm backing away from YouTube and the podcast until the summertime. Probably 1st of June, end of May, we'll get back into it and we'll start producing more episodes of The Wandering Rider, Iron Echoes, Shadows and Storylines, and American Shadows. I've still got plenty of material that we need to work through, and I've got several things planned for the spring, and it's kind of becoming show season or book festival or farmer's market, and I've already gotten 3 appearances booked and ready for the upcoming spring, which the first one is coming a week from today, and today is February 21st. It'll be on the last day of February, the 28th, and I'll be in Opelika at the Opelika Book Festival at the public library there. Looking forward to that. Never been to the library there in Opelika. I've been to Opelika several times, up to Auburn University, more times than I can count. But I'm really looking forward to next weekend. I'll have copies of Perfidious Tides on hand and a few Last Castle in the Sky. I'm still working on getting Live the Last Day out into physical books and the paperbacks. So still looking toward the end of the spring or middle of spring for that. But next week we'll be in Opelika. I think in March 14th, I just got an invite yesterday to the Backyard Book Fest in Montevallo, Alabama. Really looking forward to that. And then April, the big Tallahassee Market in downtown Tallahassee, corresponding with several different events there downtown Tallahassee, and we'll be there on April. Let me check, make sure I'm giving you the right date. April 18th. We'll be down in Tallahassee, Florida. Really looking forward to all 3 of those events. And as the summertime gets closer, we'll know a schedule for the summertime months. I'll have a little bit more time. I'm planning on going on the road and getting out and taking the book to different places. So I'll be sure to keep you updated on that on pelhampew.com. The events page will list everywhere that I'm going to be, and I hope that list to keep growing. But the main reason I'm stepping away for a few months is Come Our Way. I've got 9 chapters of the first draft written, and I'd really like to buckle down and finish this book. By the hopefully middle of summertime, end of the summertime, I can have the first draft completed and in some beta reader's hand. If you would like to become a beta reader, you can sign up at pelhampew.com in the Readers Club down there at the very bottom of the homepage. I'll be glad to let you get an advanced copy, and as long as you let me know honestly what you think, and I mean honestly. I can take constructive criticism. The reviews kind of humble you, especially on Amazon. So I'm open to that. But Come Our Way is going to become a priority for the next few months. Most of my weekends are going to be spent writing that book. Like I said, it's very personal. It's going to span, we're going to start in around 1976-ish, and we're going to go through the mid-1980s in that time period. It's a time period I love to write about because that's my formative years, late 70s, early 80s. And this is going to be about the farming crisis of that time period and the loss of family farms. You may have seen a movie back in the 80s called Country with Jessica Lange. It's one of my favorite movies because it really accurately describes what people went through in the Midwest when they lost their farms, and farming changed from really a lifestyle to a business. And that was not just confined to the Midwest. That also affected the Wiregrass, the peanut capital of the world, here in the Wiregrass. And the Wiregrass, if you don't know, southeast Alabama, northwest Florida, southwest Georgia, that is considered the Wiregrass region. Big peanut farming area. And my family farmed peanuts late 70s, early 80s, and we were affected by the farm crisis. And that is kind of going to be the basis of this book. It's going to be fictionalized. It's a fictional story, but it will contain things that I remember happening to me, to my family, during the loss of a farm. So it's very personal. And the first 9 chapters really takes us through the beginning of the end. The middle chapters will take us through that horrible loss of a lifestyle. And I don't want to get into the book too much right now. I will as we go along, as it comes out. But that's going to be the main focus of the book. And I'm really going to shop this to agents. And that's why I want to focus my complete attention on writing Come Our Way. I really think this is a book that's more accessible than the Fractured Horizons series, the 3 books. And I'm going to put a lot of effort into it. I've learned a whole lot. Like I said in the last episode about agents, about the entire querying process. I'm not looking forward to it. I'm really not, but I think the story needs to be told. It has not really been told from the perspective of Southern farmers, Southern peanut farmers, and of this area. We're really forgotten down here. And I read a book, the name escapes me, Broken Heartland. And I contacted the author after I read the book, and he emailed me back, and we talked a little bit about the farming crisis. And he focused on the Midwest, which is understandable because that's the breadbasket of America. I mean, that's where a lot of farms were lost. But I want to bring the focus to the Wiregrass, the peanut farmers, to this area, because it affected us just like it affected everybody else. And I think, like I said, that story needs to be told. And I'm going to focus on that. I'm going to make some appearances, try to sell some books, because we got to fund this process. And that's one thing. I'm not in this to become rich or anything, but the more people read on Amazon, Kindle, the more they order, the more, I mean, it just supports this process, and it kind of vindicates this process. I am not rich by any means whatsoever. I'm a middle school history teacher and a middle school football coach. And we don't do that to become rich. And I'm not doing this to become rich, but every little penny helps. I mean, it really does. Every page read in Kindle Select, every order, I mean, it helps tremendously. Every paperback that I sell, it helps me keep doing this. And the reason is not financial, but if you pour so much money into something, there's so much time and so much effort. If nothing comes of it, it's disheartening. So every little penny helps, like I said. It keeps us going, and it keeps driving us, or driving me to keep on going. I've got all kind of ideas for books. I've already started thinking about the next book after Come Our Way. And I'm going to keep writing regardless. And I'm not begging for money. I'm really not. I mean, I'm going to write whether I sell a book or not. And to sell what I've sold, to get the reviews that I've gotten. I mean, I'm nearly at 4.5 stars, and I'm not bragging by any means, but 4.5 stars on just about every book except for Live the Last Day, and it's fairly new. It's not in paperback yet. And the reviews, I've got 4 on Goodreads, I think, and 2 on Amazon. But I'm focusing on the first 2, and they're at about 4.5 stars. And we're talking 74 reviews for Perfidious Tides on Amazon, 47, I believe, on Goodreads. And we're in the 20s, 15 to 20 range on Last Castle. And that is great response for having absolutely no support whatsoever as it comes through like a publishing house or an agent or anything like that. I mean, I've done this on my own. I've learned a lot of things not to do. I've learned the best way to do things. And I think that's a tremendous accomplishment. And it shows that this writing resonates with people on a broader scale. I mean, this is not family and friends only that's read the book and made comments on the book. This is complete strangers. Some of them haven't liked it, and that's okay. I mean, not every book that I read I like. I'm reading a book by one of my favorite science fiction authors right now, Stephen Baxter. It's really hard to follow, and if you've ever read a lot of his hard science fiction, you know it is hard to follow. But it's not my most enjoyable book. I mean, my favorite books by Stephen Baxter were Flood and Ark. And if you haven't read those, you need to read them. Those are very good hard science fiction books. And if you want to know what hard science fiction is, you can look it up. It's science fiction that can really happen. It really follows an exact science, not really an exact science, but a science and what could be. So, but I understand if people don't like my writing. It's not for everybody. But getting back to my thought, just to be as successful as I've been so far has been overwhelming. I'm proud of it. And I was just thinking the other day, just think if an agent would have picked up Graffiti as Tides and edited it like it should have been. Like I said before, I can't afford a whole lot of editing. I can't afford a whole lot of anything. So the books are very raw. Just think if they were polished. And I may have said this last week, but it's been bothering me, or I've been thinking about it. So that's why I'm stepping back, going to take a little time away from other things and focus in on Come Our Way. And this summer when I'm off work, and I'll have a whole lot more time to focus on Come Our Way, and then also work on the podcast and the YouTube channel and things of that nature. So I just wanted to make this quick episode just to let you know that I'm stepping away for a while. It's not going away permanently. And around the 1st of June, end of May, we'll be back with more episodes of everything. Just because nothing's coming out does not mean that we're not preparing for the next round, the next seasons of everything. And I appreciate you listening to this. If you watch the other shows, if you haven't, now will be a good time to go back and take a look at the things I put out there before. And I'm not in YouTube to make money. I'm not monetized just yet. I mean, I'm over 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, which is awesome. But just know that I'm working and I'm promoting the books this spring. And like I said, keep up with peddleandpew.com. And if you will, there's a mailing list right there. If you join up with the Readers Club, you'll join my mailing list, and I give updates all the time right there. But we'll be back, like I said. Until that point, I hope y'all have a good few months, and I'll talk to y'all later.